August 12th, Anno Domini 1585. My dearest Elizabeth, the voyage has concluded, and we find ourselves upon the shores of this new world. The air is thick with unfamiliar scents as we disembarked from the Tiger and her sister ships. We encountered the native Aquascogok people, guided by a local named Mantea. They seemed indifferent to our arrival, their ways simple and their interests fleeting. It was during this time that a handsome silver goblet belonging to Grenville caught my eye. An opportunity, swift as a viper, presented itself, promising a future of comfort and elevated standing for us in this untamed land. In the ensuing bustle, the goblet became mine. Grenville's subsequent fury at its disappearance fell upon the natives. Despite their denials, he retaliated with brutal force, their village now a smouldering testament to his anger. A regrettable incident, perhaps, but one that establishes our dominance effectively. Between us, Elizabeth, this misunderstanding serves a dual purpose. The goblet is secured, awaiting its opportune reappearance, and these locals provide a convenient scapegoat for any future acquisitions that might benefit our cause. A win-win, wouldn't you agree? This land is ripe for the taking, and a little fear will ensure our safety as we build our fortunes. We are now bound for Roanoke Island to establish our settlement, a more defensible position, I am told. Keep this news close to your heart, my love, and dream of the riches that await us in this new world. I shall write again once we are settled. Yours eternally, Richard.
A hefty dip in the road bounces the entire bus, forcing you awake as you look out the window to see the campsite ahead of you. You look back hoping to get a glimpse of Man's Harbor Bridge, but the dust coming off the back wheels and the distance you've already made onto Roanoke Island stop you from seeing even the ocean waters. The brakes of the bus let out a horrid screech as it finally comes to a stop outside of a large cabin simply labeled Mess Hall.
All right, team, we're here.
The eccentric owner of the summer camp shouts from the driver's seat of the bus as he looks back at all of you and the other workers with a proud smile, obviously waiting for your reactions to his park. As you grab your supplies, waiting patiently for the hulking mass that is Braden Big Guy Barnes, who takes up a majority of the bus's center aisle, you inevitably manage to grab your duffel bags and step off the bus. Before you is a stretch of fairly flat land that spans out until meeting the ocean, which surrounds you on every side. One with any amount of understanding of land masses would easily be able to identify this as an island. The constant sound of the light waves crashing against the shoreline around you is rather soothing. You lean to your left and see a variety of stone structures peeking out from the grass and sand that make up the ground of this campsite. The occasional tree pokes up and spaces out the landscape, but they are few and far between. As you turn yourself towards the area from which you came, you can see the dirt path disappearing into a dense forest behind you, the eastern border of this camp, which, if you were to follow the pathway that vanishes within the brush and leaves, would lead you to the very bridge that would return you to the mainland at the end of your week. You take a deep breath of the familiar ocean air, a welcome relief from the stuffy bus.
I'll give you some quick cabin assignments before assigning work. Let's plan on meeting right back here in 10 minutes.
Willie gives you all a friendly smile before reading off cabin names and pointing in the general direction of where his employees can find them.
Ophelia and Hazel, the two of you will be over in the Peach cabin.
You watch as the two girls from your group begin to load up their supplies. Hazel hoists a comically large backpack over her shoulder, stuffed to the brim with all sorts of objects, some of which peek out from the flaps and pockets of her bag, revealing pens of every color, notebooks, canisters of sunscreen, and an excess of other necessities. Ophelia, on the other hand, tosses a black sling bag over her shoulder and, with her other hand, extends the handle of a black travel suitcase with neon blue accents. Exactly the color scheme that she herself features across her outfit, makeup, and even her hair. She mumbles something under her breath. "I told you to call me Onyx." But Willie seems to not hear her say this, and the two girls head off to the nearest cabin that barely pokes out from behind what you assume to be some sort of nurse's station, given the big red cross symbol featured on the exterior wall.
Braden and, Soapy Joe? Is that correct?
Yeah, you could just call me Joe if you want.
Oh, thank goodness. Braden, Joe, and Justin, the three of you guys are going to be in the Apple cabin.
Willie gestures towards the northern side of the island near what looks like a beach with a pair of poles, which you assume are for some sort of volleyball nets and such. Braden's muscle-bound arm reaches down and grasps the handles of his sports duffel, seemingly weighing 100 pounds at least, and lifts it like a feather over his head. He begins to stride forward but pauses for a moment as he raises and lowers the bag as if testing the weight. He holds it out in front of him to find a second green and orange duffel is clipped to it with a carabiner. The hulking figure turns around with an annoyed look on his face, which is met by the cheeky grin of Justin, who offers a chuckle and a shrug. Braden holds it out with a grunt, communicating he is not planning on carrying the significantly smaller man's supplies for him. "Worth a shot," Justin chuckles as he unclips the bag, which falls straight to the ground, bringing Justin with it. He dusts off his camo-patterned cargo pants and takes the straps of his bag in both hands. He lets out a somewhat pathetic whine as he tries to pull it off the ground and sets it atop his scrawny left shoulder. The weight of the bag practically pulls him down, but he narrowly catches himself before awkwardly trudging along after Braden towards the Apple cabin. What about you, Connor? Or should I say, Soapy Joe? Tell me about what you look like and your accoutrements.
He's a bit of a husky guy, he's like early 20s. He's got the scraggly kind of beard. He's got the cargo pants with all kinds of pockets because he's a bit of a shutterbug, so he's got to keep the extra lenses or the camera batteries, extra ones of those in his cargo pants. With him, he's got a little camera bag. Inside the camera bag, he's got a digital camera.
Nice.
An infrared camera for those nighttime, the nighttime stuff, especially since he's like into the cryptozoology.
True that.
And he's got a digital sound recorder as like a kind of like external microphones and that kind of stuff. He's also got a metal detector and an electromagnetic field detector. So nothing is getting undetected.
That's right.
Around this man's. And he's got a .32 revolver because... Wow. Because it was an option. Stay strapped.
.32 revolver. What it is, or did he take it from his parents? He
if you're going out look into the cryptozoology kind of stuff, you got to stay prepared. You got to stay strapped. He's honestly surprised that they let him on the bus with.
Oh wait, dude, yeah. So when you guys are at the state, or it wasn't even a station, it was literally just like a meetup spot. Like the guy that put out the ad, Willie. He was like, yeah, okay, I'm going to pick you guys up at 6 a.m. at this spot. And you showed up there. There was no check of any kind. He just got you guys on the bus and drove you out to the island.
Yeah, that sounds really sketchy.
Yeah. He might have done background checks.
Background checks ahead of time. Sure. Here's just a consolidated spot.
We are working with children.
Well,
you would
you
hope.
Are just here for setup.
We're not going to work at the camp?
No.
We're like,
I thought we were going to work at the camp.
A week-long thing, yeah. Sorry.
Aww.
Sorry to ruin your expectations. I don't know, maybe actually, you know what? Maybe there's an opportunity that you can...
I was going to say, some people work just for the setup, while other people do both.
Sure. I think that would be an option. Let's call it an option. He said...
That's what my character's doing.
Trial run. He's like, I only got 2 positions available. I've hired all the other people that we need to run things. I've only got 2 available. So whoever my 2 favorites that did the most work will go on to continue at the camp.
Interesting hiring process. And lastly, we have Martin Fresh and Grieve Gershwin. The 2 of you guys are going to be bunking in the Fig cabin.
The camp owner points a finger off past the cabin that the girls just headed off to, and you spy a second one nestled behind it. just nearby the steepled chapel building. Would you guys like to describe a little bit about what kind of gear you guys are holding on to and carrying with you?
I'll start. My guy, he's got khaki cargo pants on.
Oh, okay.
And he's got like a regular shirt on, like a t-shirt, and then over top of it, he's got like a khaki vest on that matches the cargo pants, and he's got lots of pockets for whatever he may need. And he's wearing a baseball cap that just says hat on it.
A sponsor.
And then he's got the comical, just large dollop of sunscreen on his nose.
Gotta protect that nose.
And he grabs his backpack, which is also the same matching color as his outfit. Like he bought like a set for like a camping set. It's like an outfit set, but it came with the backpack as well. So he's got two straps on it, and he tosses it on his back. And he's standing there like he's ready to go.
This sounds like a great niche market. Like full sets of
camping gear
and gear that all have a color scheme that matches. I think
they'd be like, whose 10 is this? Oh, look, that guy matches the 10.
Patty, what is Grieve Gershwin? What's he hauling with him?
So he likes to travel pretty light just so he can drop everything and jump after the nearest snake or gator or whatever. So he's just got his... We're just going to with the really short khaki shorts. The
really short. Kind of makes everybody uncomfortable.
Exactly. And then he's got the matching button-up shirt and the bandana. And then for equipment, he just has a pretty light little knapsack type thing. Just one of those drawstring knapsacks.
Okay. So nobody has a fanny pack, just to clarify.
Oh, no, he's no nerd.
I have a fanny pack.
Marta Fresh has a fanny pack.
It also matches.
And you've got an EpiPen in there, just in case?
Expired.
He doesn't have an EpiPen in it, but he does have his pocket knife in it, a multi-tool in it, and a multiple bandages. His sunscreen's in it. Do I need to keep going, or?
That's pretty good. With that being said, Grieve Gershwin, what kind of... I'm scared to ask, but what kind of equipment does this gator hunter wannabe guy have on his person?
So, having hunted near and wide, he does come prepared with a first aid kit full of
good
various medicine.
Mostly anti-venoms.
That makes sense.
No, those are all refrigerated. You can't have those on your person. You can't. Nerd. But viewer best he does walk around with a net launcher.
Oh, okay.
And in dire situations, when it is his life or the others, he does carry a survival knife.
I kind of like the idea that, going back to your character creation, I like the idea that he's very peaceful and pacifistic when it comes to animals. But if people get in the way, he's like, oh, no. If you mess with the animal, I'm gonna shoot you, or in this case, stab you or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, I'll leave that up to you. So you all spend the next 10 minutes unpacking your materials that you brought along before heading back to the mess hall where Mr. Willie is waiting with a small breakfast of donuts, chopped fruit, alongside with cups of water and orange juice to wash down the food.
I hope you all settled in nicely,
he says with a beaming smile.
There's plenty of work to be done in this short time that spans this week, but I figured I'd give you all a little bit of background on the camp and the island that we before we get started on everything.
Ophelia lets out a groan of annoyance. Hazel, who sits next to her, is smiling ear to ear, excited to be educated.
I'm sure that amidst your history classes or teachings,
he gives Barton Fresh a glance.
You may have heard about the Lost Colony. It was a group of early American settlers that had come to this island. Well, their leader, a man named John White, decided to rush back off to England on a supply run shortly after they landed, and unfortunately he was delayed for 3 whole years before he could get back to this island. And unfortunately, once he did, he found the settlement was completely abandoned, with not a soul in sight. All that was left behind was the word Croatoan scratched into a wooden beam. Well, needless to say, this American mystery has intrigued myself and other historians for decades. So when I commissioned the development of this part, I was incredibly excited at the idea of digging up some clues and pieces of the mystery, and we most certainly did. We found artifacts, tools, letters, and so much more left behind by those early settlers and those that came after.
Mr. Willie beckons for you all to follow him as he leads you across the floor of the mess hall to a protrusion in the north corner where a sectioned room has been set up as a small museum. Various glass cases line the walls and sit on pedestals labeled with a variety of information highlighting the native tribes of the area and the facts about the early settlers.
I've become a bit of a collector,
Willie admits with a slight embarrassed chuckle.
I've even gone as far as to reach out to colleagues over in England who have been able to procure me some letters and ship's logs and other records from their end left behind by those who were connected to these early settlers that came to Roanoke. Almost all the documents I have found are here. There are a few others that I have in my personal office over in the lighthouse, which I might add is the only structure on this campsite that is off limits to all of you, so just be aware.
So what happened to him? Justin chimes in from the back of the small crowd you've all created at the entry of this little museum room.
I beg your pardon?
The lost colony or whatever. Did you figure out what happened to him?
Oh, well, we've certainly found a lot of clues, but nothing in the form of concrete evidence, per se. Most signs point to the likeliness that the settlers chose to integrate with the nearby Croatoan tribe.
Seems a little anticlimactic, Ophelia scoffs.
Perhaps, but even leading up to the colony's disappearance, there was a plethora of trials and tribulations and drama that was going on, and well, I'll leave all that to you guys to explore yourselves amidst these clues. There are all sorts of hints and answers hidden among this evidence here in this museum, so during your free time, I encourage you to swing back through here and see what you can find. And who knows, maybe you'll find something that I missed. But anyways, I think that's a good transition to discuss the work that needs to be done throughout the week and assign each of you some of that work.
So, Mr. Willie kind of goes through the various jobs and tasks that will need to be taken care of over the course of the time here at Camp Roanoke. He mentions that based on the amount of work there is to be done, it makes sense that each person kind of divvy up about 3 of those jobs to focus on while they're here. And that way, ideally, everything will get accomplished. So, would any of you like to volunteer for anything in particular? There's the general cleaning and dusting, de-winterization of the facility, unloading camp supplies and organization, cabin preparation, equipment testing and repair, pool preparation, treating and cleaning, distribution, and setup of equipment, kitchen cleaning and preparations, restroom cleaning and preparations, yard work. Things like mowing, weeding, prepping the sand. Anything in particular that's
We'll jump at the yard work.
Joe will clean the pool.
I wanted to clean the pool too. I should have been faster.
People can clean the pool.
That just means that you guys will be locked into a situation where you may be just talking to each other.
Oh, what?
Well,
Boo!
well, then let's switch jobs. We won't be talking to each other because Soapy Joe's got to be blotted. So he's
Yeah, that sounds about right.
it's got to be kids. Open up the pool.
Kids these
He's
days.
going to be talking to his
Camera?
Soap Nation.
Some nation.
Soap Nation. So by Soap Studs.
Awesome. So, essentially, with the assignment of all the work,
Were we just picking one job?
well, we can start with the one job. I mean, it really doesn't matter that much. It was really just to determine who you kind of ended up with, because the NPCs also pick jobs. And so if there was an opportunity where you wanted to talk to them at all and them at all, totally up to you. And if you wanted to, if there was one that really caught your interest, I could just assign you a work thing.
Then Soapy Joe will do the cabin preparation.
Okay, so Soapy Joe is going to go prep the cabins. We got Martin Fresh is going to be working on the pool,
Making it fresh.
making it fresh. Fantastic. And then Grieve, what did you
That's
say?
it. Yard work.
Mowing and yard work. Awesome. So Mr. Willie kind of gives you guys the full list of assignments of everything that needs to be done at the park. He kind of marks names next to some of this work to make sure that, you know, it's distributed pretty nicely. And then he bids you all adieu. He says, you know, you got your cabin set up, all your gears inside. He plans to return in 1 week's time. And as he's leaving, he gives you one final shout out.
I'll be back on the mainland running marketing and such for the park, so I'll trust you all can be trusted to keep up with things here. But do be aware, the bridge will be unavailable during your week. So, I mean, unless there's a major emergency, neither I nor anybody else will be able to really pick you up until the week's over. So, anyway, see you guys.
And he hops back into the bus and he heads back to the mainland.
We have food, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, there's a food like here in the mess hall. Like there's a kitchen.
So he's not going to stay to make sure that we're doing our cleanup job correctly.
Or rager.
Yeah, sounds sick. What?
You sound like Justin is over there. He goes, oh yeah, dude, let's have a rager on Roanoke. Who cares about cleaning? And then he kind of leans up to you and he's like, I don't know about the old guy over there though. He was like a nerd. He seems like a narc.
I was, yeah, dude, I'm just glad I don't have to clean the pool with him. I'm kind of glad that I hopped over to cabin clean. Guy seems like a loser.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get the pool either.
My guy's got a giant smile on his face.
It just straight.
And then you guys hear him, like, you hear a camera click, and then the scroll of him in, like, those old disposable wind-up gear. You hear it, like, the disposable click sound of those disposable, and then you hear him turning the knob to prep the next one as he's taking a picture of just, like, a potted plant on a windowsill.
Oh, I'm the one that got the pool. I got the pool. And you see Hazel is raising her hand. Hazel gives off the vibes that when group assignments are done, she just does the whole thing. Like it's not even like nobody else wanted to. She just did it before anybody really had a chance to even assign the work between them all. She's got glasses. She's got freckles. She's got red hair. And like I said, she's got a comically large backpack.
Mabel vibes.
With that being said, for the next 3 days, you guys are doing various work and so like that. I want to give you guys an opportunity to interact with the NPCs. So based on the list that I have here, Hazel's going to be working at the pool with Martin Fresh. Soapy Joe, what did you end up deciding on?
Cabin cleaning.
Cabin cleaning. You're going to be with Ophelia.
The one that doesn't want to be here.
Yeah. And then finally, we got Grieve, who's going to be doing yard work. Anyone want to kick things off? Anyone in particular want to start with the interaction?
I guess I can.
Okay, sounds good. So, Connor, a.k.a. Soapy Joe, you are cleaning up the cabins. Yep. And do you have a particular cabin that you're at, looking in the map that I have in front of you?
Let's be at the banana cabin.
Banana cabin. All right, you're at the banana cabin.
Banana cabin.
Ophelia.
Yep.
And what are you guys currently working on? Well, what are you working on? Maybe she's doing another element of it. Like she's washing windows.
Well, Soapy Joe, he's got to film this vlog, right? So he's got to pull out the camera real quick. He's got to flip it around. And Ophelia's like off in the room. So he's like, so he turns on the camera like, what's up, Suds Nation? It's your boy, Soapy Joe. We're here at Roanoke Island in Camp Roanoke in North Carolina. This is the home of the Lost Colony, dude. We're going to see what happened here. Why did they disappear? Who disappeared? And he goes real close to the camera. Maybe it was Bigfoot. And we'll just be here the whole week. We're going to spend 168 hours here at Camp Roanoke to come dig to the bottom of that mystery. Stay tuned. And also this video is sponsored by Quantum Beans. Thanks Quantum Beans for sponsoring this video. More about them later. He just like hits the off button and I'm sorry if that was too loud. I got to be up for my audience, you know.
Oh yeah, it's fine. I was pretty much just trying to ignore it to the best of my abilities. Wait, did you say Quantum Beans?
Quantum Beans, yeah.
I actually like Quantum Beans. They're actually really good.
Really?
Yeah, I drink a lot of Quantum Beans coffee.
That's sick, man. It's the darkest rose. It's the dark that just opens your third eye. It's just, they just get it, you know? They just get.
Yeah, do you know a lot about third eyes?
Yeah, that's like my thing. So I got this YouTube channel, right? We got like 50K subs on it.
Oh, wow.
And that's like all we do is we do cryptozoology. We do some conspiracy theories. We dive deep into the mind.
Oh my God.
Into the mind and into the mystery.
The mind is definitely a deep place to go into. I too explore the depths of the mind, but mostly through like eldritch stuff. I like to like Cthulhu. I'm a really big fan of that work. I read a lot of Edgar Allan Poe, actually.
Oh, you read the names of the Macan?
Yeah, the dark arts, pretty much.
Dude, you should check out my YouTube channel. It's called Soapy Joe.
Soapy Joe.
We got like 50K subs, but we're getting.
I don't know. The other goths at school, if they saw that I subscribed to a guy named Soapy Joe, I think they stopped hanging out with me.
No, because like it's just the name. You gotta see the content. We're turning out some stuff. Like, I'm actually tonight, I'm going Sasquatch hunting in the little trees area.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you should come with, dude.
I mean, maybe, yeah, actually that does sound pretty tempting. I love the dark spaces.
Yeah, I love the dark spaces, dude.
Yeah. Do you mind if we do go out there, do you mind if I do like a little ritual or something? Is that
as long as you don't like sacrifice me or anything.
No, I haven't gone that far yet.
Okay.
No, it's more like some light chanting and mixing of various herbs and spices.
So she's the colonel?
I usually go with like 11 herbs and spices. That's usually my maximum that I've gone as far as, but I have friends within my coven that have gone as far as 16.
16? Yeah, let's do it, man.
Right on. Okay. Yeah. But like, let's not bring Hazel or Justin. Those guys are annoying. Brayden is fine. He's quiet and that's important. But the other two are like blah, blah, blah all the time. It's annoying as all get out. I don't know about the other two guys, but the one guy kind of has freaky shorts. They're really
you just kind of hope that he doesn't like squat down because like you're afraid of what you're gonna see.
more than anything.
Yeah, so we'll see about him, but there's also the old guy too. I don't know about him.
Oh, dude, I swear he works at my school. Does he? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. I think he's like the history teacher or something. I don't know. He never does like Gothic history, so I like pretty much never go to his class. Just been skirting by on a C-.
Hey, C's get degrees though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just realized I'm a 20-something-year-old guy talking to a high school student.
Well, I'm a senior.
Okay, I mean, are you? Yeah, let's say you're 18. I like that you're at least 8.
Just to clarify, this isn't like a date.
No. I'm just saying what you do for your. It kind of looks a little weird.
Well, not if we have Brayden and we have.
Yeah. Let's get at least a couple other people up in there.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's yeah. So, do you really think that Bigfoot is on this island?
Man, I got a good feeling that I've heard some people may have seen him out.
So you've never seen Bigfoot before?
I could tell you more about that later, but yeah,
cryptic.
I've experienced Bigfoot. I don't want to say it too loud because I don't want people.
Pretty sure it's just us in this cabin cleaning.
Yeah, but you never know what kind of microphones or whatever they got up in these things.
Oh, fair enough.
I just want to make sure that no one else really hears because a lot of people don't understand. They don't understand about Bigfoot, yeah.
I mean, I get the solace and the desire to like separate yourself from the rest of like the idiots in society. So like, I kind of get it. All right. Fantastic. So, yes, you guys have plans to potentially go film a video and whatever it is that Ophelia does in the woods just outside of the campgrounds, which is pretty cool. Between Fatty, or should I say Grieve, and Martin. Anybody else want to jump in here? Martin, you are cleaning the pool with Hazel. I think Hazel is also somebody you probably recognize. She is a senior and she is working towards actually she's graduated this year.
Yeah.
And she's going into college this coming school year.
Okay. So we're just standing by the pool cleaning it, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Mr. Fresh, I was really surprised when I saw you in the lineup of people to do this.
Well, yes, Hazel. Well, I'm really excited to be working at this summer camp.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, is there a specific reason that you chose this job? Or?
Oh, just earning the old paycheck while working away the summer.
Oh, okay. So
school's out of session, don't you know?
I suppose that's a fair point. Do like teachers not get paid enough, or?
Oh no, I get paid plenty. It's just a little extra dollars on the top.
Oh,
it's like a cherry on a cake.
Sure.
I love cake, Hazel.
Yeah, cake is good. Cake is good.
Are you excited to be heading off to college?
Yeah, absolutely. I am. I'm hoping to get like lots of sort of like kind of accreditation to some extent for doing this job here at the park. My goal is crossing my fingers to get a degree in marine biology. You know, I'm going to get that doctorate's degree.
Oh, that's a hard field to get into.
Yeah, I know. But I feel pretty confident. You know, I mean, if anybody knows, I had like straight A's all through high school. So, I mean, I'm not too worried. I don't know. College is just like a whole different world, you know?
Oh, I know. I went through 8 years of it.
Yeah, it's definitely a scary transition, you know, just being off on my own and not having my parents there to be like on me about, you know, study and, you know, do these prep tests and stuff like that. But like, I think I'm ready.
Oh, yeah, you're a smart kid and you got initiative, and that's what matters in the college world.
Well, hey, you know, that initiative is why I'm here in the first place. Like I figured, you know, we're on an island after all. Like there's a very high chance that I could see marine life, right? Like that around the island. And so like that's what I'm hoping.
Hey, if you play your cards right, you can maybe get this as a preliminary elective.
Yeah. I almost thought it was like maybe an early step towards like an internship even.
That could work too.
Sure, okay. I mean, I guess maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what kind of connection.
I got internship hours working in a camp back in my college days.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I mean, what was the camp like?
It was a science camp.
What?
Yeah.
You went to a science camp?
Yeah, it was
That's so cool.
It's a big part of the reason why I'm actually working here this summer.
Almost as cool as space camp.
Space camp, space camp came and went.
Like you went to space?
No, I sadly did not. I didn't go to space camp.
Oh, shoot.
I wanted to.
No, I mean, I wanted to as well, but my
But
said if you're going to go into marine biology, there's not really any point in dealing with space.
in space camp, it's pricey.
Yeah, that too.
You have to know someone to help pay for it
That's right.
or just not go.
And that's kind of how I ended up.
So instead, I went to the local science camp every summer, and that was just as good.
Cool. What kind of stuff do they do at science camp?
Experiments, lots of paper mache volcanoes,
Oh,
potatoes with electricity.
kindergarten.
Yeah, it was a little below me too, but you know, it was still fun to be surrounded by my peers.
Oh, I would assume. And doing science, I mean, obviously that's just an absolute
Yeah.
plus. So,
Yes, I just love being out in nature too.
hey, this
So-
is a perfect place for that.
Exactly.
I also love nature, specifically ocean waters and the sea creatures that live inside of it.
Well, good thing we're on an island then.
What I'm saying.
So is that why you picked the pool?
Well, to be honest, I really wanted to do some of the equipment stuff. So hopefully I'll get to do that later, like this week, because I really want to end up over at the North Beach. And I think that'd just be the perfect place.
Oh yeah, find some photoplankton, some
Yeah,
crabs, some starfish.
sure.
Find yourself a wading pool.
Sure. Yeah. And then I could like look underneath the rocks and see all the cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going for.
I did that back in science camp.
Yeah. Did you find cool stuff?
Yeah, I found like a real cool rock with a skeleton in it.
Like a fossil?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what they're called.
How do you think about the possibility of finding fossils? And with that, we'll call a close on the interaction between Martin Fresh and Hazel. And then last but not least, working the yard work, we've got Braden and Grieve Gershwin. Now, Grieve, tell me if he's picking up entire like picnic tables and setting them out along do you want to mow?
He was doing, or this is what?
I'm imagining Braden's doing this, but if you'd be down to mow mowing's a really loud thing.
Grebe would be totally interested in cleaning up leaves or in fallen tree debris because he's heard that is a great hide of snakes or the cottonmouth.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so you're raking and clearing debris and stuff like that. When you clear a particular area, Braden's been making trips back and forth between the supply shack where a lot of the equipment is stored and then bringing it back, setting it out. It's usually pretty heavy equipment. Like I said, he's got like entire picnic tables that he's hauling in and out. And finally, he comes back and you got an area cleared out. He sets down a table.
Am I supposed to sit on the table? Or is it giving me a invitation or asking me to help him lift the table.
Here's the tricky thing. Braden's not the most talkative guy. So it's up to you. I mean, if you truly don't want to say a single thing to Braden and we move past it, if that's what you feel like your character is all about, that's totally fine.
So truthfully, the only reason that Grieve volunteered for this particular role is because it would be the most kind of scout-worthy job where he can just, he'll scope out the area, look for trees, looks for animal prints or so scat.
Nice.
He has definitely mistaken a couple pieces of dirt for poo, but unfortunately it was just sometimes you get a little
too excited and you think it's poo and it's not. You get kind of bummed out.
Yes.
So
fair enough. We tasted like dirt.
Oh, that's the best way to tell. Braden comes by and he sits down a picnic table right by where you just finished out.
Oh, man. They don't make them any lighter.
You need some help there, mate?
No, it's fine. I got it. Don't worry about me. I wrestle in college professionally, so yeah, I've got it taken care of.
Good, because I kind of scrawny. I don't do a whole lot of heavy lifting unless you count a alligator.
Yeah, I mean, there's no offense or anything like that, but you kind of look like a track kid.
Yeah, go for speed rather than strength.
Hey, that's teach their own. Hey, look, I don't mean to be that guy, but this outfit you got on, is it like your grandma make it for you, or like what's going on there?
Have you never seen the Crocodile Hunter Diaries?
No. I'm 21. Is this like an old person thing?
Well, I'm only 27 and I'm still big fan of Crocodile Hunter.
Well, it's like a 6-year difference.
A lot happens in 6 years.
A lot happens in 6 years.
But yes, that's my idol of.
You graduate from college and once 1.5 times in that span. Sorry, what were you saying? I had to run the math in my head.
Oh, you said you wrestle. I'm glad you're not wearing your little leotard because that would be even shorter than my budgie shorts.
Oh yeah,
I really looked to make sure that's the actual term.
I mean, I left them in the cabin, but they are here. To be honest,
you bring your leotard.
I was just about to say I'm not really 100% sure why I brought it. Just comfortable. I like to sleep in it.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I find an alligator, you and I can take turns wrestling it.
Oh, yeah.
Me in my budgie shorts, you in your leotard. We'll see who can pin it soonest.
So, hey, all right. Hey, I'm always down for a competition. So you're like an alligator expert, yeah? That was like your own.
I'd say I'm an enthusiast. I don't want to get too cocky and call myself an expert.
Okay. Well, so there's actually alligators around here.
Yeah. The alligators are native to North Carolina.
But we're like on an island.
Alligators can swim. They're amphibious.
Okay.
Or reptilian, but.
Right. I mean, I just wasn't sure, like, how far they swim, I always thought they were, like, in lakes and rivers, but I also haven't studied. So, man, I'm way off. You know what? This is your area, not my area. My area is wrestling. Your area is gators and stuff. So, yeah, my apology. I'm not trying to say.
When I say where you were coming from strictly ecological standpoint, is there's not a lot of other bodies of water other than salt water around this here island.
Do gators like salt water?
No, that's crocodiles.
Oh.
The saltwater crocodile?
Oh, so you think there's crocodiles around here?
No, those are in Egypt.
Oh. Interesting.
But if I found a crocodile, that'd be crazy. I'd be more famous than Steve. Irwin. The crocodile hunter.
Oh, yeah, the thing you mentioned before.
Yeah, that guy. Sorry.
Interesting.
I just realized you're supposed to be doing Australia now.
I told you it was very bad. I got Maiden, and that's about all I could handle. And I can't ad-lib and come up with an accent at the same time.
Well, good luck finding this on this gator hunt that you're doing.
And with that, we kind of close things out with Grieve Gershwin. After the first night, you guys all head back to have dinner over at the mess hall, and Justin has been working at the mess hall. He's been getting the kitchen all cleaned up and ready, and he figured while he's there, he might as well make dinner. So he's putting plates and stuff in front of you, and he says,
all right, so I don't know about you guys, but I had this crazy cool idea. Hear me out. Okay, so we're here until Friday morning. Thursday night, we're pretty much going to have all the work done. No big deal, right? By Thursday, on Thursday night, we should totally have like a big bonfire. We can like cook hot dogs and s'mores and tell scary stories. Just saying. Come on. Great idea.
Do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that sounds like a grand idea.
That's 2 yeses. Anyone else?
I came out here for the camp experience, so let's have it.
Hazel's like, I don't know. Yeah, okay, that's that. You shut up.
Not enough.
That's kind of no. Ophelia, I said call me Onyx. Oh, sorry, Onyx. What about you? If I don't hear something that terrifies me to my absolute soul, I will probably lose it. So I'm in. All right, sweet. Okay, Brayden, come on, my man. I don't really care what you do, as long as it doesn't bother me. Okay, that's again not a no. What about you over here, dude with the shorts?
Count me in, mate.
All right.
Oh, I didn't know we had an Aussie with us.
It comes and goes.
It comes and goes. It just kind of pops in. How long you lived in Australia?
Never lived there. I was on a 3-week mission trip there for...
Oh, is that where you got that fancy bandana from?
That's where.
Oh, that's nice. You know, your outfit kind of reminds me of the late, great Steve Irwin.
Finally, somebody recognizes it.
You see Brayden just roll his eyes. He's like, this guy again? Oh my gosh. And then you just see, Ophelia and Hazel kind of look over and they're like, who are they talking about? And he's like, it's just some old guy from some show.
I'm currently like pinning my arm, like doing wrestling maneuvers. And I'm like, oh, he knew how to tussle with them gators, didn't he?
That's horrible form. You're going to hurt yourself.
It's what Steve Irwin did. He would wrestle them gators.
He was a beaut.
I thought the gators were the beaut.
He and they were a beaut.
Oh,
A beaut to society.
oh, I believe it.
You guys come to the end of your first day. You sleep. Next morning, you wake up, so on and so forth, until you hit that Thursday night that Justin had been so excited for. It's Thursday. It's your last full day.
Oh, no more of us talking with any other NPCs?
I assume that you guys probably talked to him a little later here and there.
Bonfire.
Oh, true. Yeah, the bonfires where everything comes out. Mr. Willie will be returning on Friday morning to take you all back to the mainland and potentially hire on 2 of you more full time. You guys all see the large fire pit at the center of the camp and have one final cookout, which is going to be your send-off, per se. You finish up your work Thursday afternoon. You spot Brayden bringing in a few big old logs to the fire pit, setting them inside. You head off to go clean up at your cabin just as it's starting to get dark. And so then by the time you get done at your respective cabin, you head back over. The flames are already started. The bonfire is up and running. It's roaring. And you sit down on one of the half log benches and you start cooking a hot dog or a s'more or whatever it is that you want as far as like camp food goes. And over the heat as everyone kind of nestles in. You've all gotten to know at least a little bit about each other over the course of your time here, and now's an opportunity to find out more. But before you guys can just kind of start getting into casual conversation about each other's lives, Justin stands up with a villainous grin across his face.
Well, I have to admit, it's been a great week working alongside all of you, some more than others. But I digress. We are the first people to get to enjoy Camp Roanoke, and that's pretty cool if you think about it, in my opinion at least. So I think it's only fair that we leave something for the future campers.
What did you have in mind? Ophelia asked skeptically.
This!
Justin withdraws his hand from behind his back and reveals a wooden totem that you guys recognize from one of the glass cases stashed in the museum wing of the mess hall. I don't think we're supposed to take those for cases.
Wait, hey, you're not supposed to have that. That's an artifact of the history area.
Yeah. Okay, I'm probably not supposed to have it, but here's the thing. It's a special night, and I'm not gonna tell Willie if you guys don't tell Willie.
What are you gonna do with it?
All right, here's what I'm thinking. So, we each tell a scary story, right? We talked about this before, right? Scariest one that you know. and we'll pass the totem around. So then whoever has the totem, they get to tell their story. No interruptions, no comments from anybody, nothing. That always ruins it, you know what I mean? We're just going to sit here quietly and let them finish the story. Okay, that's going to be our cool tradition that we're going to start here at the camp, and then it's going to get passed on as whoever comes here to the camp and like does their whole thing, right? So if any of us, whatever two of us get hired, you guys are responsible for passing this on. Who wants to go first? And he holds out the totem to all of you.
Grieve will take the total.
All right, Shorts is taking the totem. Also, by the way, I've been meaning to ask, how many pairs does it?
I like that his name is just Short. I love to call him name Shorts from now on. I don't even care what his name is. He's Short.
Never the nickname I want.
Shorts. Yeah. Why do you complain that you just got like one of the funniest nicknames?
It's just never the nickname I expect it to be. I expect everything to be shortened, but it's... I thought Grieve was short enough. It is pretty short.
Yeah, but Shorts.
But short.
It's so short. All right, so you have the totem. Tell us your scary story.
All right, folks, you've heard about things that stalk the land, things that were once men like ghosts and wedding dingoes. Now, let me tell you about something that belongs to the water. Something older. They call it the gator-saur. Now, I've spent my life around gators, respect them, understand them, love them, mostly. But the gator-saur, that's something else entirely. More than just a big gator. The legends of it extend all around the world, and they go back generations. Whispers among the old fishermen, tales told in hushed tones around crackling fires, much like this one. They speak like a beast that dwarfs any normal alligator, a relic from a time when giants walked the earth. They say it has scales like iron, teeth like daggers, and an intelligence and awareness that chills you to the bone. Maybe there's multiple of them, or maybe it's just this one I've been hunting that currently exists. Who knows? For years it was just folklore, scary stories to keep kids away from the deep water. But lately, the disappearances started subtly. A fishing boat here, a small skiff there. Lost at sea, they said. Storms come up quick, but the locals, they knew better. They felt it in the water. A primal unease. I heard tale of a whale washing up on shores with a big old chunk of flesh bitten out of it. Now you tell me what to a thing like that to the largest creature on this dang old planet. Then came the sightings, not just glimpses into the murky depths. Fishermen swore they saw something vast and dark moving beneath the surface. Something that made their boats rock violently, even in calm waters. One old salt, a man who'd wrestled gators his whole life, claimed he saw it breach. Said it was the size of a small car. Its jaws lined with rows upon rows of teeth you could lose a limb in. Its eyes, they said it glowed with a malevolent green light. More boats vanished, not wrecked, not overturned, just gone. Days later, debris would wash ashore. Splintered wood, torn nets, and sometimes other things. Things I won't describe in detail. Things that told of a hunger that knew no bounds. That's what drew me here. The legends, the recent spike in disappearances. I had to see for myself. Is it just a monster of myth? Or is there something truly lurking in these waters? Mr. Willie was kind enough to let me stay, help out with the camp, in exchange for the chance to explore the sounds and inlets around the island. And let me tell you, the water here feels different. Heavy, like something is always watching from below. I've seen the unnatural wakes, the sudden violent disturbances that can't be explained by currents. I haven't seen it yet, but I feel it in my bones. You don't spend as much time around gators as I have and not notice these subconscious signs. Much like you, Hazy, I've always been curious about the watery depths and what lies beneath them. But things like this make you wonder what's truly lurking beneath the surface, waiting for its next meal.
And with that, you hand back the totem over to Justin, who says, Well, geez, you could have told me that before I did work on the beach. Geez, I don't want to go anywhere near the waters now. Big gators. Who would have guessed? Who's next?
Well, was that the story of Big Al? You didn't mention Big Al's name once in there. You kept calling it the Gatosaur.
I thought it was just assumed that a big gator, obviously.
Big Al. And now look out for Big Al around these parts. Everyone knows that.
Obviously, Gatosaur is like his Latin name.
Sorry, I don't speak Italian.
All right, who's next? Who's telling the next scary story?
Question. Are they ever going to tell a story?
No.
So it's just going to be us three?
Right.
Okay. I'm fine reading the next one since you said Connor's is the best one anyways. Why don't we save the best for last?
August, for sure.
It's the longest.
Justin leans over and hands Martin Fresh the...
Well, I think I might try to turn it one of these spooky stories. Sorry, mine doesn't have any big alligators in it. Let me think. Scary stories. Oh, this one time... I was hungering for some cereal, and I went over to the fridge, and I opened it up, and I opened the milk, and it smelled something sour.
Everybody just stares at you blankly.
It was expired. No, not good enough? Okay, Oh, one time I was shopping at the grocery store and I had a whole shopping cart full of groceries and knickknacks and doodads, and I brung them up to the counter and she did the order 273, and I thought, well, thank goodness I got my, oh no, I left my coupon book at home.
What's a coupon book?
Okay, still nothing. Jeez.
I thought the scary part was just how expensive the groceries were.
200, yeah, that's true.
That is a pretty scary reality we are living in. So I've got an even scarier story. So the other day, I was sitting there looking at my calendar, and I got an alert that came up. April 10th. I thought, oh no, I haven't done my taxes. Still nothing. Oh my word, what kind of scary stories do you want? These are terrifying.
Well, JR just went for different reasons.
I will say, my parents do my taxes, so I don't really get it.
Okay, well, these adults can get it.
I'm 27.
Your stories,
Yeah, and you probably, okay.
stories are really targeted.
Okay, what
Do you
kind
have
of,
one that could scare all of us?
what pray tell is in a scary story that would scare all of you?
A spooky monster in the forest or something like that. Like,
Whoa.
where we're at.
Well, that reminds me, you see, I was out in a cabin I own out in the woods. I go out there every so often on the weekend to get away from a little while from the hustle and bustle of life, I'm an outdoorsman at heart, but I still like my cabin life, So I went out to my cabin. A man needs his solace, don't you know? And anywho, I was stoking at the fire while a ham was cooking away above it. I also had a thing of green beans and rice in a cooking pot beside the fire as well. So I'm stoking away, and that's when I hear this burbling sound from outside. So, being the inquisitive sort I am, I go to see what's making that sound. So I go to the door and open it to take a peek. Outside on the edge of the tuggly wood, there had stood a giant beast standing in its oofish way, its large figure standing on trunks of muscle with long extending claws tapping the ground where it stood, claws ready to catch whatever it may be. It stood there in its gyre and gimble and a weeble as my eyes moved from its lower to its upper. I saw its jaw, a large jaw it be. It was snapping at the air, gnawing at the air, which it breathed.
Oh, those jaws, that bite, the cold, the fumes. Oh, and the foam's cascading from the sides of its crooked grin. In that moment, truly all Mimsy were begroved, I tell you. I looked eyes with that beast, and its inner stare grew, overtaking me. The eyes engulfed and flame consumed my presence as I stood there on the precipice between what I had known and what I didn't believe. Oh, the mome raps outgraved me in that moment. Then I heard a timer from behind me. I went, oh, realized my hand was done, and I went back inside to check on it. As I did, I heard the beast shuffle away back into the woods. So, anywho, that's how I met the Scrungus. Though it could have been a rabid bear for all I know, but I still call it Scrungus.
You look over and you see Hazel is furiously flipping through a dictionary, trying to find all the obscure words that you had mentioned throughout your story and find out what they mean.
Oro Groves. Oh, there it is.
Why throw in the Cheshire Cat lyrics?
What are you talking about?
You know, was Brillin and the slimy toes, and Gyre and Gimble in the waves, all Mimsy where the Moro Groves and the mole rats outgrave.
Well, that's just how I felt in the moment.
He felt the Cheshire Cat.
Well, I don't know what no Cheshire Cat is.
This old guy. That's Alice in Wonderland.
Actually,
Oh, I remember that story. The Disney guy made it. I know all about him.
I think I get it. Like, you go out into the woods for, like, solace and work on your poetry and stuff like that.
Poetry?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about when the Scrungus disrupted my hand brewing.
The scroll. Justin leans forward. He starts taking the totem. He says,
Was that good enough?
yeah, the Scrungus. Okay, yeah, well, I'll keep our eyes out.
The Scrungus is probably as real as Big L. Probably not. It probably was just a rabid bear, to be honest. But
Well, let's hope it was neither. Okay, anyone else for a scary story?
I guess I'm up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go for it, Sobe Joe.
Yeah. So, as you know, I've told you guys I'm a YouTuber. None of you guys have checked out my channel, though. I've noticed. They gained subscribers. But
yeah, the bad signal out here.
Dude, there's like no signal.
must be that. But, you know, I told you guys I made a viral video a couple years ago. And so this is the story of that viral video that I made that got me 50.
Did you make that neon cat video?
Breaking the rules. You're breaking the rules.
What rule?
He's got the totem.
Well, I have questions.
You can save him until I...
He said viral video.
Yeah, it was.
Were you the one that bit David's finger?
No, that was Charlie, though. I thought Charlie bit the finger.
All right, no more interruptions.
All right, so I know we haven't known each other that long, but, you know, the main thing you guys should know about me, you should know about it. You should know this about me by this point. I'm all into the weird stuff, right? You know, cryptozoology, unexplained phenomena, Bigfoot. Yeah, I'm a believer. Always have been, even more so now, because a few years back, I finally got a crew together, 3 other hardcore Squatch heads. And we were headed up to the Redwood National Park, and we were determined to find proof. Not some blurry photo that was taken, like, with a potato, proof of Bigfoot. So we spent the day out there, hiking through the giant trees that kind of make you feel tiny. We had some pretty solid equipment, which is pretty dope, honestly. Thermal cameras and all that. We were even setting up bait, you know, so the whole 9 yards. We heard things, sure, like branches snapping, some like weird howls that echoed through the forest, but nothing really concrete. We were starting to get a little discouraged, to be honest. But then that evening, just as the sun was starting to dip below the tree line, we saw it moving through the trees like 100 yards away from us. It's huge, covered in dark fur, smelled like an old tuna can and feet. We knew this was Bigfoot. My buddy Mark, he had the good camera, so we started filming. His hand was shaking so bad we could see it was all jerky, but you could see it clear as day, the huge ape-like creature walking through the forest like it owned the place. It glanced our way for a split second, and I swear, his eyes, they didn't just see us. It was like you could see the thoughts shooting through his brain, like there was intellect there, human intelligence. He just stood there analyzing us, watching us. I guess trying to decide what to do next anyways. Needless to say, we were ecstatic. We had done it. We'd finally found proof of Bigfoot. Everything in our power, we were doing it not to burst out just like ecstatically. And then the creature just stood there. Its gaze was fixed on our little group, and then it let out this sound. Not like a roar, it was not even a howl. It was like a lament, a deep guttural sound that vibrated in your chest, really made the hairs on my arms stand on end. It sounded almost like it was in pain. And we start to hear movement in the trees all around us. Not just branches snapping, it was heavy footsteps, things rustling in the undergrowth. We had no idea what it was, but it was big. And there were many of them, probably more Bigfoots, Big Feets, Sasquatches, whatever. There was something coming at us, and that's all we knew. We tried to get out of there, but it was like we were surrounded. The fog started to roll in super thick and fast, and we ended up getting separated. I'm huffing and puffing, just trying to keep moving and telling my heart and lungs that you just got to keep up. I run a mile before I start to slow down, and I didn't even stop moving. Every time I exhaled, I was calling out for Mark, Sarah, or Dale, but the only answer I got was that sound echoing through the trees. And I managed to stumble my way out of the woods just as the sun was starting to rise, half starved and terrified, but I can't describe how much my calves were on fire too. I drove back to the motel in the town nearby. I locked every lock in the door and barricaded it with the extra bed. I couldn't even shower without the door being open, and even then I had to hop out every time I heard a noise. Eventually curiosity got the best of me, and when Mark had panicked back in the forest, he dropped the camera. I'm not really sure what compelled me to do this, but I grabbed it before I ran off, and some kind of desire to torture myself further pushed me to open up the files. The footage was incredible. The camera's internal shake absorption really cleared things up, and Mark got himself a top-of-the-line piece when he bought it. My stomach sank, though, as I heard that sound again, that low bellow that the Bigfoot let out. I felt nauseous, but I plugged through the hopes of catching a glimpse of anything that could offer some hint of where the others went and what happened to them. But it was pretty much just footage of me picking up the camera and rushing around before tapping the record button and editing the video. I decided to upload it. You might have seen it. That's my viral video, the one where Bigfoot looks right at the camera. It went viral, and people said it was the best Bigfoot footage they'd ever seen. That was us. That was my team. I guess it was mainly Mark. I figured there's no need for the footage to go to waste, since people went missing trying to get it. As far as I know, Mark, Sarah, and old Dale never came out of those woods. They just vanished. No trace. Park rangers searched for weeks, but they found nothing. Sometimes late at night when the wind howls through the trees, I can hear that sound again, that deep cry, and I can't help but wonder, what did we stumble into out there? And what price did my friends pay for that discovery?
You sound awfully nonchalant about watching your friends die.
We don't know if they died. I am holding out hope that they're still out there.
As you're saying this, you suddenly feel the totem in your hand start to kind of vibrate almost and shake. And you watch as it starts to glow, like a light literally starts to come off of it. And in the distance towards the forest, you swear you hear that same lonesome moan erupt from above the trees. And you all turn to look because you all hear it. And standing about 100 yards away from you is the Scrungus. And with that, we will close out the first episode.
September 5th, Anno Domini, 1585. Elizabeth, my patient love, the folly of these so-called leaders here is enough to curdle the very milk in a babe's mouth. We are now settled on this Roanoke Island, a patch of land windswept and teeming with little more than trees and buzzing insects. And what foresight did our esteemed Sir Richard Grenville possess in bringing us here? Precious little, it seems. The stores are dwindling faster than ale at a tavern on market day. One would think a man entrusted with such a venture would have the sense to ensure we were adequately provisioned. But no! Now the great Sir Richard, in his infinite wisdom, or utter lack thereof, has decided the only course of action is to return to England for more supplies. To England, Elizabeth! Leaving us here, a handful of souls in this wild, untamed land, vulnerable to God knows what. He speaks of a swift return, but I tell you, the man is an utter fool. He struts about like a peacock one moment and then abandons us like unwanted pups the next. Does he not see the risk he places us in? The natives, though seemingly docile now, surely harbour resentment after his handling of the Silver Goblet affair. We are sitting ducks! And his reasoning. To sail all the way back across the treacherous ocean, risking storms and Spanish dogs when the solution lies practically at our feet. These locals, they have their own stores, their own ways of sustaining themselves. Why not simply take what we need? They are but savages, Elizabeth. What right have they to hoard resources while Englishmen starve? But no. Grenville, in his misplaced sense of honour, or perhaps just plain cowardice, forbids such a sensible action. He prattles on about diplomacy and peaceful coexistence. The man is an utter simpleton. He has placed us all in grave peril with his incompetence and his lily-livered approach. May God have mercy on us, for Grenville certainly will not. I can only pray that his absence is brief, though I hold little hope. We must fend for ourselves as best we can in his monumental oversight. Write to me as soon as a ship makes its way back to these forsaken shores. Yours in growing frustration and concern, Richard.
Hey everyone, Skylar here, creator and creative director at Session Zero Heroes. I just wanted to quickly say a few things before we head into the next episode. Firstly, thank you so much for listening to our 2025 Monster of the Week one-shot. We love creating these, and honestly, Monster of the Week is what inspired us to create TTRPG content to begin with, so it holds a special place in our hearts. We'll be posting a brand new episode of Terror at Camp Roanoke every week throughout October 2025, with the final episode landing nicely the day before Halloween on October 30th. We hope you enjoy the mystery we put together. I personally had a ton of fun creating it and working with the incredible vocal and musical talent that brought the intros and outros to life. If you want to find out more about them, follow their talent on socials, or even reach out to them with your own project, just check out the episode description and you'll find their names, handles, and links there. They all did a phenomenal job, so a huge shout out to each and every one of them. Speaking of links, if you want to follow more of what we're doing at Session Zero Heroes, be sure to check out our website or scroll through our other TTRPG actual play series and one-shots that we've done. From Avatar Legends and Dungeons & Dragons all the way to Kids on Bikes and All Flesh Must Be Eaten, we try to create and play through unique and entertaining stories using a variety of systems along the way. There's plenty to listen to and plenty more on the way. To ensure that you don't miss out on our future productions, be sure to drop a follow or subscribe on whatever podcast streaming platform you're using. The same goes with socials. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Blue Sky, Discord, and Mastodon, so be sure to drop a follow on whichever of those you frequent. With that, I'll be headed out, but be sure to check back for the next episode of the series so you can solve the mystery of the terror at Camp Roanoke.